Hello, hello, beautiful people of the internet. Slurgy is here, and it is time to resume our grand cultist adventure. Who will win, Davkul or Slurgy? ¿Por qué no las dos? Hello all. Hello, Master Maticus, Koldoge, Bardishbag, Xerxes, Manifest Destiny's Child, Roxanne, it's me, Blackfire, Eagledub, Xerxes, did I already say? Anyway, hello to all. And congrats to congrats to Xerxes on the arena victory. Very fun. Pajama Slurgy. I mean, yeah, these are just my comfies. On days where I know I won't be on camera during the my regular day job, I sometimes just wear something a little more comfortable, and I just wear it all day. So, Pajama Slurgy has returned. So, let's see, let's fix up this guy's armor. And we'll take a moment to assess where we're at, what's going on the team, etc., etc. Okay. So we're in the middle of a wilderness adventure, and we're kind of carving a path, and I think we're in a decent spot to continue that, at least somewhat. This is a nice opportunity for us to maybe find some named items. We'll see if that actually ends up being the case, but it is otherwise a way for us to get a whole bunch of money, and then we can return to civilization, spend it on the things that we want, whether those are handguns or, you know, maybe two-handed maces or other big weapons or armors, maybe some premium bros, things like that. We will spend the money accordingly, but for now we can continue our adventure. We actually could also get the first card upgrade. I don't think that's a terrible idea, given our current situation and our current capacity for what we have for storage. Hello, Romanelli. So I think before my next combat, actually, why don't I go ahead and do that, just in case it's a big one. I feel like that makes sense. So we'll make another little swoosh through here and see what we can see. Normally I like to end my streams where I've like kind of just returned to a town, or I'm at kind of like a natural stopping spot. This was not the case this time. The other thing we could do, thinking about this, probably the bro we would have fight the barbarian madman if the opportunity presented itself would be Schrodinger. He's probably the most suitable. I wouldn't feel comfortable putting him there right now or for a little while, but you remember part of my team returned to the town? Yeah, yes. Yeah, so we had a sacrifice at day 42 where we had some unhappy brothers, as happens. So, since the last sacrifice event was on day 42, then day 63 is the next time it can possibly happen. We eagerly await pleasing Davkul further, of course. Giant Spruce got a pierced hand. That's one of the downsides to having a drunkard on the team, is sometimes they hurt themselves. All of us have a little bit of liver trouble now? Yes. Some members of the team needed their pain drunk away, you know? Having trouble finding any fights here. But you know, a little cirrhosis never hurt anyone, right? Right? We can head north here. Maybe we can find some fights against like mid-tier barbarian camps. Reavers are a pretty good target for us. We'd really like, wow, a lot of nothing. We would really like some of the barbarian two-handed weapons, as well as the barbarian throwing weapons. Okay, so which way should I go? I guess we're gonna return to Hammererden and Husnanborg. And kind of these towns up here. I guess we could travel through the snow. We don't have Pathfinder on people, not too many. Just our front spear bros, which I suppose are the ones that are most important to have it. So maybe it's fine. But no war crimes for ambition. We would like to do that too. We had previously made kind of a half-hearted attempt at hunting down some caravans and just sort of floundered. That also is something we'll want to get back to soon. Now that we did the sacrifice event, I'm less concerned with, you know, chaining ambitions to improve the team's happiness, at least like too much. So let's, I guess, travel through the north and look for some barbarian fights. At least for now. So far we're finding a whole lot of nothing. I mean, there were some fading unhold footprints we could have followed. A plethora of reavers. That's a little more than I was hoping to find. You're thinking the enemies didn't load for some reason? No, I mean, sometimes you get a little bad luck when you're traveling through. You think we could if we healed up fully first? No, I mean, we're fully healed. We certainly had time to fully heal while we were, I don't know, wandering around doing nothing. This is a little more than we'd like to fight. A plethora is quite a few. This is a fairly dangerous fight. But, you know, we can't just be, you know, sitting on our thumbs. What's the C tag? I'm just putting C on them to remind myself that they're a cultist. So any of the bros that have the title with a C is to remind myself, like in battle, that they are a cultist for the times when that matters. Alright, I think Giant Spruce with the pierced hand should sit out. I think that's gonna affect his combat effectiveness negatively enough. We can put in Kristoff, who I suppose I can give a big chonky two-hander to. You know, in case he needs it. Yeah, I don't love this fight, if we're being totally honest, but I am gonna do it anyway. So I'm actually gonna put the shields with better range defense on the sides. Do you prefer the pole maces over the bladed pikes? Probably not, actually. I kind of wasn't thinking about the bladed pikes, if we're being honest. We had just got those from the fight at the end of the last stream, and I wasn't even thinking about him. No, we would definitely rather have the bladed pikes. They have a little bit less damage, not like meaningfully less, but a little bit less. But they'll have a nice additional 10% chance to hit, which is definitely gonna make them a little bit better. The stun from the pole mace is nice, but let's give one of these man splitters to a bro with quick hands. And let's equip these ancient bladed pikes, especially on the bros with lower melee skill. We can maybe keep the pole mace on, for example, the zoning bro. I got a random hair in my face. But we could just equip the ancient bladed pike as well. Probably should have had them equipped a little bit ahead of time so that they could gain a little bit more durability, because they are, you know, ancient. So their total durability is a little bit sus for longer fights. Yeah, it is not, it would not surprise me if we lost a bro in this fight. Hello, Bijante. But let's do it. I think it'll be worth even if we do. Okay. What about his hate watchers? Oh, I mean, Bijante's already here. Okay. So, luckily, with this guy with the throwing spear, he's going to throw that at a shield. And the Sipar actually has pretty good durability. We don't have shield mastery, so it's possible, you know. Anyway, he could end up getting destroyed by the end of this fight, but that's fine. So we're definitely going to be doing some spear walls to hold off the Reavers. The tricky thing about fighting Reavers with a team composition like this is balancing spear wall to hold off, you know, the Reavers with the big two-handed weapons, while allowing melee contact for the wimpier one-handed weapons, while still not taking too much damage from their throwing weapons. So there's actually quite a lot to consider right at the onset of the fight. There's a line of high ground to the west. There is. And I guess we've got just regular tundra, so we're not gonna take too much lost fatigue to get there. It's an interesting idea. Since I can't see the whole thing, I'm a little apprehensive to do it though. This is why you don't like spear bros sometimes. What do you do when the enemy just outranges you? Well, they rarely, I mean, if they truly outrange you, you just push forward. And usually those same enemies the spears perform pretty well against. So. Invest in longer spears. Wise words. So Kristoff 2.0 I want to be a little careful with. So I'm going to move Deep Space Cowboy up and Shield Wall, I think, since that's a cleaver. And we'll cover Kristoff from the top there. And Ragged Edge 82 will cover from here. And meanwhile, we're going to let this Reaver through. Okay, this is about how I wanted it to start. Also, thank you, Happy Puff, for the kind words about the way of making it work. Okay, I think I am happy with how that is set up. Okay, pretty good turn. Nice. So let's back Kristoff up to here. Master Maticus, I think we're going to have chonk this Reaver. I think actually pretty much everyone's going to. Let's see, the Zoning Bro, let me remind myself if I took quick hands on him. I did, and he's got a Man Splitter, so actually I'm going to let the Zoning Bro go first, strip the armor, and then we'll see what Master Maticus needs to do. Akibio will also respond to what the Zoning Bro does, so we're going to wait there. Xerxes, I think I might have tried to finish off this Reaver with the big scary weapon. Well, we tried. Bertolf, we're going to have just chonk this Reaver, or not. Deep Space Cowboy is probably just going to Shield Wall, but maybe stun? Alright, well, maybe shouldn't have done that actually. Maybe should have saved the fatigue. Cracklock doesn't have great melee skill, but based on where he's positioned, I'm still gonna have him Spear Wall. He might have enemies get through, and that's fine. Choppy Cat could throw a net down on this Reaver to make sure we can hit him. Or we could just wait to see if we need to be a follow-up attack kind of guy. Hey, there it is. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. So, since this guy's armor is stripped, we'll hit him. And let's just throw a net down like on this guy. not doing a very good job of hitting them. Okay, this is a pretty important one for us to hit. I might just put the dog down to attack this guy. No, we didn't want to miss that one. 65% chance to hit. It's not good. Could go here for the surround bonus. I guess we're probably gonna have to. We're okay with this guy jumping on Deep Space Cowboy, so we'll put a dog down right there. Last turn a spear wall there. Crackleack's still holding well, despite not having the greatest melee skill. They're kind of trying to go around him, which is good for us. So, let's see. Bertolf has 9, and I think because he has 9, we're gonna do a slightly different thing and attack up here, since this guy's got a scarier weapon. Man. That's absolute, like, trash hitting enemy. Bad, sad. So here I think I'm gonna put the net on this guy because I really don't want him to attack. And so we're gonna try to get before him in the turn order. Ground splitter, right? And Schrödinger is just gonna sit there, doing as he does. Advanced Lightning, I could maybe move. I don't know, I suppose it doesn't really matter. He's probably fine right where he is. Yeah, that's the downside, is when those dogs die, they can get confident from it. And those are the enemies I really wanted to hit last turn. Okay. Looks like an ambush. No. 'Twas not. Alright, so let's throw a net on this Reaver. Come on. Don't hit him in the head. Don't. Oh my god, he's gonna get an attack too. That line of high ground is side to south. Yeah, it did. I still don't know that that would have helped us that much, though. Maybe it would have. I don't know. Retreating onto those high grounds, in my experience, is often, in practice, dicey to execute. So Crackleack's probably got the top side on lockdown. So Schrödinger I might move, attack, put down dog. Can still hold off these Reavers for a bit. But I think the fight's sort of progressed to where I want to contribute damage more than just hold off like a couple enemies. So yeah, and Schrödinger is really durable too. Relatively durable. He's pretty durable. I guess I don't like the cleavers. Okay. The zoning bro getting hit from both sides. Damn it. Good lord. So I guess we gotta attack this Reaver. Maybe this one is better. This one's probably better. Oh, come on. Yeah, the zoning bro. God. We haven't proc 9 on him yet, but Bertolf is also seriously in danger, which makes me tempted to put Vance Lightning in it. Man, there were a number of attacks that needed to hit that just didn't. There was still pretty high chance, so. Lots of adrenaline. The zoning bro. Can he do it? He can. Okay, Bertolf procced 9. Come on, the dogs have decent hit chance too, and they're just not hitting. Yeah, they're hitting their 18% chances, and I'm... Yeah, I guess those are only 40. They still missed an awful lot, though. Well, whatever. We only notice when we're unlucky. Alright, so we need to get up and help Bertolf. Can make melee contact here. Get a resolve check. Doesn't do anything, but it's the thought that counts. It is Christmas after all. Alright, finally got one fleeing. About time. Is there anyone I would want to put into a net? That I'm in range of. Notably. No? I guess maybe like this one. Could also just reload the Spiked Impaler. We'll just be ready for next turn, I guess. Nice work, Vance Lightning. Come on. Come on. Team. Hit them. Stop trying to hit them and just hit them. Let's see, you should probably go after the scary two-handers. Alright, so those three are all adrenalined up. Where do I want to send Ragged Edge 82? This way you can prove you don't need luck. But I'll take it. Could have Ragged Edge 82 run up to stop the dog disaster up this way. I think a lot of these bros are not really going to move from where they are and contribute meaningfully elsewhere on the battlefield. Gotta make sure Kristoff can't get attacked anywhere. I think he's safe right where he is, so we'll leave him. Could put Xerxes here intentionally to bait this Reaper. Seems good to me. Deep Space Cowboy, we could move here to save this dog's life from this Reaver that used adrenaline. I think that's a good idea. Oh, he ran up all the way to the banner anyway. Okay, that's fine. Lost a lot of dogs in this fight. Alright, we'll move here for the resolve check. And attack. We do have 9 still in Kristoff. Put this guy later in the turn order. He's confident. I don't like that. Good. The Zoning Bro will move here. He won't be able to attack next turn. So maybe I should move him. No, he's not going to be able to attack next turn if he moves all the way up there, so just in case we're needed. Next turn, we'll go there. Okay. Okay, Pierced Hand there is really good. It's a good injury to put on him. Oh my god, he didn't even try to break out of the net. He just went for the 9 lives and still killed him through it? 34% chance? You That's, oh my god. I always press escape when I try to get out of that menu. Whatever. That's some really bad luck. That was one of my cultists, it was like a good one. That's some bullshit. That's nonsense. That was terrible luck. Should have gotten 10. Yeah. And he's killed. That's so disappointing because this was a cultist who was good, who we had kind of a plan for. And it's not like we put him in a dangerous spot either. That was like a really low percentage that he was going to die there. Also, you know, the enemy being netted, I was thinking, you know, they might use 4 of their AP just to try to break free from the net. At least he was only level 2, I guess. Well, we got a really, 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 really good Pavis shield, which is good. And we also did get some heavy throwing weapons, just 1 set of each. So like, consolation prize. But we lost a ton of dogs. A ton of dogs. And we lost one of our precious cultists. We need those cultists to continue to be able to convert our brothers to join Davkul. It is at least a good shield. So, you know, these shields, these super high range defense shields are genuinely very useful, and I am glad that we got it. But still. Seems like every time we get a famed, we have to lose 3 bros to get it or keep it. That's only if it's a hat. Yeah, a Cruella of dogs. Many dogs perished this day. Many, many dogs. Yikes. What am I drinking? Orange juice. Which is just about gone. Let's see, and do we have any use for the barbarian melee weapons? Kinda not really, because we've got the big orc ones. I kinda just reflexively said earlier that we could make use of them without really thinking about it too much. I don't know that we can. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's a blue glass. A blue glass with an orange drink. Probably a pretty unappetizing combo, but I'm not really looking at it. Just consuming. Well, the zoning bro got wrecked. However, he hit level 7. We've got axe mastery on him. We're gonna go ahead and grab nimble. Did you take the recruiter retinue, and are you on the hunt for bros? We have not taken the recruiter retinue yet, but we probably will need to put some of the cultists that we're able to find that aren't as good in our kind of sidelines, ready to convert bros. What is that, Taylor? I know. He should have had a different job, huh? He should have had a different job. So, yeah, pretty talented. Pretty talented. I think we'll just grab the resolve. I think we're going to be pretty happy to get big old fearsome procs with this man splitter. I think is what he's going to do. All right, Vance Lightning got nimble. You love to see it. So we can move his armor over somewhere. Do something like that. Could maybe try to bring the zoning bro back in with this armor, but probably won't bother. So maybe I'll put this armor on. Good lord. Yeah, the team got real messed up there, huh? Okay. We'll go and grab Resolve here on Advanced Lightning. And Deep Space Cowboy. We'll grab Nimble. You should see the other guys. True, they're dead. Got them. So we should do a little bit of modification to his gear. Well, we can put on this helmet for now. Can maybe let the nasal helmet with rusty mail just age off naturally. Okay. Well, I just wanted like a handful of smaller fights, not one big dramatic one, you know? I didn't want to sit around for forever only to fight a plethora of Reavers, but we did get a named item. Also, Roxanne, it's me, you never paid your fame tax. Okay, we'll take a step on this mountain. A plethora of thralls. Named item, you missed it? No, it was a shield. But it's a good shield. Not being facetious, I'm pretty happy with this shield. Alright, a plethora of thralls we can also fight pretty comfortably. We are gonna have to keep some bros back. But this we can do. There we go, there's the fame tax. So the spear walls will do well against the thralls, holding them back. I'm gonna do a spear swap between these two bros. So we're gonna go into this one at substantially reduced strength. Okay, they have far more throwing weapons than I would have liked. That's for sure. Okay, that's good. Good. Gonna have to be a little mindful of Ragged Edge 82 there. The doggies we do have remaining after last battle's massacre. They've got a bloodlust. The doggies want these barbarians dead. These feral briggies must perish. You're not allowed to run away, that's cheating. Hey, you, get back here. That's right, get him, doggies. Don't let him get away. We are, of course, going to chase him down. It's the right thing to do. And thralls, for their threat level, give pretty good experience. So, these savage barbarians deserve no mercy. Exactly. My thoughts exactly. The cowardly drummer, the musician shall flee. But homeboy in the back always dips out early. That's right. The guy hanging out at the back of the party, just waiting for it to wrap up. All right, Crackalack here. He's gonna be our nimble tank? Question marks around all these words. But he's got Death Wish. He's bright, which is weird, but you know, whatever. We're making it work. He is definitely going to be a tank that, despite being a nimble tank, I'm not just gonna make a spammer of shield wall, but he's actually gonna be able to indom and shield wall and recover, I think. Yeah, he's got a ton of fatigue. Just boatloads of fatigue. The nice thing about a nimble tank is that if you end up with a huge amount of fatigue, and they're reasonably fast, you can, depending on the enemy, right? I have to be a little hand wavy here, but when you get fully stammed out, on the turn where you recover, you might be able to move before the enemies the next round, such that there's no gap in your coverage of like shield wall slash shield wall slash indom. So that's a pretty nice benefit of a nimble tank. Oh yeah, Roxanne, it's me. That bro you had last run, that was definitely, that bro was hot garbage. Absolute, total trash. Okay, Akibio, our hybrid who's going to be a more genuine, like, hybrid in the true sense of the word. You were jealous of that, bro? No club-footed, though. Okay, and I think we'll grab Quick Hands. Definitely going to be a part of the build eventually, and it'll be pretty good for us in the short term. So we'll grab it. Let's see, what's our medical supplies situation? Yeah, we got plenty, but there's plenty of time needed for these injuries. We are at some point soon. Nah, we're gonna nope out of this one. We're too hurt. Too hurt for that fight. A plethora of chosen. We're also gonna nope out of that one. Okay, well we found where all of the barbarians are. So let's check out the situation in Hammererden. We may be able to buy some copper ingots and cheaper tools that we can take elsewhere. So we'll go there quick before nightfall. Just kidding. Based on the unhold attacks and disappearing villagers, we're not going to be able to buy things for that cheap. Still not a terrible price despite what's going on here. So we'll be able to get rid of just the unhold attacks by completing this contract. They're still going to have disappearing villagers afterwards. A one skull unhold contract is probably not too bad. But it's also not something we can do too safely with these guys on the battlefield. And I kind of don't want to fight the contract with 10 bros only. There is a road that... This is long enough, it must be going to another city. Let's just see where this goes. Could we look at what they're selling? We did. It's like nothing of note. Supply caravan. And what is here? Oh. Oh, is there a road? Okay. Alright. I see. From the Protectorate of Al-Hazred. Yeah, so Al-Hazred with the green flag is our arena city. Let's just see what's here. Tonder. Ambushed trade routes, disappearing villagers. Oh my. So, Tonder. West, Tundra, long way, weapon. Right? Armor? Armor. Okay. In the tundra west of here, it doesn't even say long way, just west. Interesting. Okay. We like named weapons. Wendell the Mad. Cheap anatomist. Anatomists are unfortunately not lowborn that we can easily just convert. Let's check out what these contracts are. Hunt down what terrorizes. And drive off brigands. Okay, so if we complete the hunt down what terrorizes, we can get rid of the disappearing villagers. Settlement condition. Ambushed trade routes will stick around. and that could make this a pretty decent place to sell stuff, probably. Yeah, maybe not even then. Regardless, beast contracts are something we're pretty good at doing, so it might not be a bad idea to just do it. We'll get some renown, we'll get some money. Nachos. All right, we're pretty good against nachos. 27? Are they paying us enough for this? All right, let's make sure we're not fighting them in the forest. Half a bag of nachos? Yeah, no kidding. This is like the family-sized bag. But both of our spear bros have fearsome on the top and the bottom, anyway, actually. So, actually not even top and bottom. Vance Lightning is currently at the bottom without fearsome. I mean, it doesn't... Where the fearsome is isn't that important. But we've got fearsome on Schrodinger and Ragged Edge 82, so... You get a classic old bug in Stone Shard where a bison, it teleports to you out of nowhere and starts breakdancing on you. That sounds fun. Okay, so Xerxes, I think I'm not going to shoot the crossbow. And the reason I'm not going to shoot the crossbow is I'm worried it's going to do too much damage. I'm actually just going to throw the regular javelins for increased hit chance and to make sure I don't do too much damage. Kibio can shoot the smaller crossbow though, that's fine. Hello, Sopka Spirits. Don't be confused, these are not cute dogs. You don't want to pet these dogs, it's not good. Let's see, should I even bother shield walling? I'm only gonna might save the fatigue. I'll just spear wall here. Everyone else is kind of just gonna chill. However, there's so many. Well, when a nacho loves a nacho, very much. All right, so they're probably gonna wait. They're at least gonna wait till there's melee contact. Yeah, so we already triggered it. So in the first half of the round, a lot of them are gonna go, though if they're not able to go around, they're not going to. We should have 95% hit chance. Well, not even quite, because we're not confident. If we can somehow get to confident, maybe by killing this nacho, then stepping on the hex where it used to be. Cool, and we should be able to cover that with Vance Lightning. They cry as they eat their corpses. I think that's... I mean, do you not cry? Never mind. They savor the meal even more out of respect. That's probably it. Okay, so we're gonna have Ragged Edge 82 go here in Spear Wall. So Bertolf could get attacked if he steps up here. So let's wait. And we're gonna have Deep Space Cowboy step on this corpse. No, we're not. Moves too late. So we're gonna cover up Schrodinger. Fearsome doing work, as it does. Advanced Lightning's actually going to step into this fleeing nacho pile. Which would make a great band name. And the ones on top are nearly breaking, getting very close. Kind of surprised there hasn't been a morale cascade that just like sweeps through them. There it is. That's the morale cascade. He's got that that Doritos dust. You know what I'm talking about? We got that Dorito dust going on everywhere here. There we go, another big old cascade. You associate Dorito dust with depression? Accurate. As you should. That's a reasonable association to me. Let's see, so which ones are all still fleeing? Any of these? No, those all went. Cool. Cool. So controversial, yet so good. And all these fleeing nachos. There's only one that is not fleeing. All the rest are. That's the power of Pine Sol. I forgot about the Doritos Twitch emote. Oh shit. Forgot that existed. How could I? How could I? Does anyone know the history of that? Like, how did that start? Like, I'm sure there's some folks here that I would venture to guess know what's going on there, and I'm really curious because it's such a fascinating, probably MLG, probably. That sounds right. All right, a whole dead field of nachos and 0 damage taken. All right, so they no longer have the disappearing villagers. Let's take a look at what sale price is looking like. It's okay. It's okay. So, we could look west for this armor west of Tonder. It didn't say a long way west of here or anything like that. So it can't be that far. I don't know what like the descriptive words for distance really mean. When there isn't one, does that mean it's like a medium distance? What is a medium distance? Maybe in here. I mean, I'm sort of spitballing, but it seems plausible. I don't really know the specific rules for that. I think it's kind of worth doing. Of course I'll help you. Yeah, that's right. So if I'm going to make a trip out west, looking for named items, do I just sell stuff here? It's a decent sale price. And then I would just buy, I was gonna say buy food. I don't even know that you need to buy food. Actually good on food. Yeah, let's just have a fire sale. Not on everything. There's a few things we want to keep. You'd sell the trash and save the valuable items. Well, we're gonna fill this inventory back up. I think it's a close enough to sufficient sale price. I think I'm good with it. I'm actually gonna hang on to some of these big chunky weapons though, because if there's ancient dead, I want to swap back to them. Possibly even to the skull hammers. We'll keep some of those, and then those will also sell for a good bit if we wander away. We could keep some jagged fangs and nacho horns to craft necklaces out of. I don't know that I care that much. We'll hang on to the coins. There is an absolutely criminal price on tools here. I am still going to buy 1 stack of these tools. So this contract says Ramshackle Cottage, southwest. So that's not the location of the last resting place of a mystical piece of armor. And we even could have made the nacho necklaces here, but I think it's kind of whatever. All right, Ragged Edge 82, catching up to his brother-in-arms here, Schrodinger. Gonna grab Fearsome. Actually, I misstated then in the last fight that 2 of the bros had Fearsome, only 1 of them did. I wasn't paying that close of attention to the procs, but... All right, do I think he has enough fatigue? Probably. So would I rather have 3 hit points? Maybe. It's kind of a tough call. I'm gonna greed out 1 more high roll of fatigue. Here with Schrodinger, since he's got Iron Lungs, there's less of a need, so we're definitely gonna take the +4 hit points there. Now with him, we're circling back and getting sort of the final perks of this build. And the final perks, there's 2 that are set in stone, and then there's 1 sort of flex perk. So the 2 that are set in stone, with what I'm planning on doing with these bros, is Shield Expert and Hammer Mastery. Did your beauty bro bite the dust? Yeah, he did. He did indeed bite the dust. Perek got... actually, I think it was a brigand raider. Or not raider, but marksman. Pretty sure. It happened actually at the beginning of last... Am I blind? It happened. He died. Right? I don't see him either. Oh, he probably didn't die, but probably got struck down with a permanent injury. Oh, didn't Perek leave? Yeah, maybe he did. Maybe he didn't like the sacrifice. That could be too. Yeah, there was a sacrifice on day 42. Maybe he left after that. That might be. That might be. Yeah, I can't recall for sure. But yeah, I knew he was gone. Yeah, he ran. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna do Shield Expert and then Hammer Mastery. And then the last one will be like a flex perk. So TBD exactly what that will be. There's definitely some choices. On this level, I'm gonna grab Shield Expert because that's gonna provide the most value at the moment. Now the flex perk for the other bros could end up being like Underdog, so that when they either have enemies get through their spear wall and then get surrounded, because they're kind of inevitably put in positions where if an orc like charges and stuns, they'll probably be attacked from like 3 hexes, so it'll be really substantial defense. So Underdog could be a valid choice. On one of them, we could just grab Lone Wolf, like Schrodinger here, and have that brother be the one to fight the Barbarian Madman when the time comes. Also, I think a totally reasonable choice. But for now, we'll grab the Shield Expert. Choppy Cat. Definitely going to grab Nimble on him. Our utility banner, since he got the broken knee. And so since he's no longer going to be standing kind of near the front and absorbing arrows, I care less about his defensive stats. Could just take this opportunistic +3 melee skill. He's still going to poke stuff with his banner stick sometimes. It's between hit points and melee skill, and we'll just grab melee skill. Okay. Let's head west, and let's see if we can find the resting place of this mystical piece of armor. Oh, cute. There's some kids defending a fort. We'll play with them. Assault the fort. Damn it. Our thrower got a grazed eye socket. We got ambushed by children. Disaster. I should look up what the % chances are for that event. I don't actually know them. Would this be the resting place of a mystical piece of armor? Would that be considered west? I feel like that's northwest. It still might be a decent fight for us to take. We're pretty well suited for fighting necros as well. So we're gonna put the shields in the pockets for this fight, because if we're gonna be pushing back zombies, well, we may as well do it with some good damage. Can't we have someone bully those children? I feel like we should. They're kind of mean. Those are mean kids. That's right. Need them traumatized for Davkul. Okay. I kind of like what happens if we move down and to the right 2 hexes on everyone and then spear wall. I guess let's look at the slower zombies here. Yeah, I think I still like it. We can't really get surrounded, which is kind of nice. That was your ammo when you were a middle school teacher. Sin's the middle school teacher. That wasn't what I expected to hear. Seductive Me, thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. Alright, poor Xerxes. With his grazed eye socket. He can't see much. He did it for 6 months, then went back to the mountains. I'll add it to my Some Weird Sins lore collection. And Crackalack's gonna spear wall around here too. Okay. So, interesting development with the Geists there. Slightly obnoxious that they're gonna be able to scream over the graves here. So the scream has like a range of 3, so we might be able to reposition awkwardly, maybe, kind of. Hey, Seductive Me, nice. My run's going well. Ish. Actually, it's truthfully, of this whole series that I've been doing, this is probably one of the roughest, but it's still fine. Alright, I feel the exact same Blackfire. It's the Sins lore. That's what we need to know. That's the good stuff, you know? Alright, we're doing kind of a weird reposition, just so we don't have to deal with these Geists. It looks like we were able to do it. So that's nice. They're not going to be able to scream and shout at us next turn. Well, I guess, well, yeah. How do I never get burned out of Battle Brothers since you play it so much? Good question. In all honesty, I probably am a little bit. Streaming has actually made it a lot more fun for me. So being able to sort of take a moment to reflect on some of the fun, goofy stuff when it happens and share it with other people genuinely makes the game a lot more interesting. I'm also a degenerate. That's very true. That's a component not to be underestimated. Somebody had Sins as his middle school teacher. Maybe. Okay, well, we've made a very cute little little ball here in preventing the Geists from being able to shout at us. Our poor little ears, you know, they're very sensitive. Xerxes with his grazed eye socket, punched out by a bunch of little kids. Can't see a damn thing. You see a lot of streamers say mixing up what mods you play. That's the thing though, is like, so I think there's a little bit of what do you get out of a game, or what makes you find a game interesting, where what's a good way to describe this? The narrative parts of Battle Brothers are fun and interesting. That's not really why I play it. I like the strategy part more, and so for me, mixing it up makes it less interesting because I can't iterate on what I don't know. So I think, like, for me, I'd almost be more interested in playing like something totally different than Battle Brothers. And I play other games too. And I got lots of other, you know, rando hobbies that I spend plenty of time with. But also I'm a degenerate. Put a dog down here. Battle Brothers is such a deep game that it's daunting to you to spend another 1,000 hours learning Legends or Reforged. Yeah. Yeah, you know that vanilla Battle Brothers is going to be the tightest balanced-wise? Exactly. I'm, like, as dumb as it sounds, I'm like... I'm worried that... with the way I tend to think about games, that I will... Like, this kind of sounds arrogant, but I'm worried that it'll be too easy to break the game, and that I'm going to find it too quickly, and that when I play, like, Reforged or something like that, they're going to be like, oh, spears are bad, let's make them really good. And it's like, no, they were always really good. They are still really good. Now they're way too good. I just get an extra attack. That seems like it's probably too good. And then that kind of kills the interest to me. And I know that that's already true about Legends. So, if that's true about Legends, game design is hard. It's really hard to get like a well-oiled machine. To get like tight gameplay. So, yeah. Slurgy thinks the modder isn't as expertised as Slurgy, therefore they'll fuck it up. Not even. Like, I feel like I would struggle to make a mod that's as good as Vanilla Battle Brothers as well. Like, I think I would fuck it up. I think game design is that hard. So it's not like I think I could do it better. It's that I think it's so hard to do, I don't think I could do it either. To be honest. The key is to suck at it, then it never feels like that. I mean... Yeah. But most of the games that I find I really enjoy, that I like come back to, I do so because they've got like gameplay that continues to put me in new and interesting strategic situations. Slay the Spire still does that for me pretty regularly. And like on the topic of Slay the Spire, I've played enough Slay the Spire mods that are like sort of cute and fun in their own way, but most of them have terrible balance. Or like, it doesn't take too long to figure out which cards or playstyles in this new class are way too good. And then that's just not as fun at that point. You heard there's a Slay the Spire board game? Yeah, there is. It's basically just the regular Slay the Spire, so it's great. I've played it a handful of times. I actually helped beta test the Slay the Spire board game on Tabletop Simulator as they were developing it, and gave them a bunch of feedback on different mechanics, skills, ideas, things like that. It was a pretty cool experience, actually, to be able to do that. Started getting I mean, I hadn't streamed anything at that time, so had nothing to do with, you know, future Slurgy being a streamer. I was just some random person who had a very enthusiastic friend that like caught wind of it and was like, I'm desperate, I'll do anything. And then I just sort of rode that wave. Okay, so a lot of enemies to fight there. Didn't take too much damage. I think that was a pretty cool fight tactically. So like, for example, that fight right there, I don't know that in my time playing this game, I've had a battlefield where that situation and that solution presented itself. I don't know that those two Geists flanking on the top flank and us being able to reposition the army to avoid it has, like, that specific situation, which I know is like really specific, but I don't know that that's ever happened. So the fact that this game can continue to give me opportunities like that and find them and exploit them is awesome. No armor? Yeah, no, there's just this padded kettle hat, which is a nice one, right? The padded kettle hat is an okay one to pair with padded leather. So. And then we got the dark, rugged surcoat, which is actually kind of efficient little piece. It's just too light to be useful. Okay, and we did also get this decayed heater shield. Don't know that we'll do anything with it at the moment, but we'll hang on to it. We might equip it before a fight, replace this famed safeguard. If we end up, I don't know, fighting something where we want to use it. Okay, so Giant Spruce. Oof. He's gonna be an offense bro. We don't want to not take melee skill, so I'm still gonna take this +1. I think it kind of helps our decision that the other secondary stats were +2, so kind of whatever. And we're gonna grab Nimble, as you do. And so we're going to replace his helmet with a different one. And we can get better helmets here on our like back line. Akibio. He's going to be kind of a true hybrid, as previously discussed. I'm not going to take the +2 in resolve, but we do want more resolve on this bro. Might just grab hit points for now. Akibio is going to be more of a true, like, if we had different recruits, and this is another thing about the game that I find really interesting, in an alternative reality, where the recruits we had or lost or whatever were different, and we had more opportunities for ranged bros, we maybe would not have made this, we would not have made this bro into this build. It's still a little bit of a gamble as for what his ranged skill will end up being. So we are sort of molding this bro into what the company needs. You know? And that's kind of a fun thing. And what perk does he need? Well, I don't know. We could grab Gifted just for more stats. A little bit more range skill. Could patch up his resolve that way. We'd probably ignore melee skill. Schmalvor says Gifted. It's hard to go wrong. Gifted's my most taken perk for a reason. You're charmed by Reforged. Yeah, the dynamic perk trees without the bloat of legends hooked you for good. I think I like the idea of dynamic perk trees, but I don't know that, I'm not convinced I do, but I'm not convinced I don't. So, he will be replaceable? No. This bro's sticking around for the long haul. This bro is not going to be replaced, if we're talking about Akibio here. There's no reason to replace him. We'll probably just go Gifted. So I think we'll level up like that. Yeah, the layered armors in Legends is a level of tedium that I am uninterested in. All right, so our first sort of dodge quick hands with polearm mastery has reached level 8. I say dodge quick hands, he doesn't even have quick hands. He actually could really use quick hands. I might just give him quick hands here. Yeah, I think that'll be the most value on this level up. So we will. All right, so we're gonna head again west of Tonder. There's the resting place of a mystical piece of armor. Let's try to find it. It's not gonna be there. That's definitely not west. Probably a reasonable fight. I guess we used up most of our nets. We've only got 2. So, yeah, maybe I don't want to. Let's stay on target for looking for our mystical piece of armor. There also could be a camp, maybe like in this forest. So we'll walk through that forest on our way this way. Hey, good night, Blackfire. Nets are needed for that one. Nets are really good against Necro Savants. That's for sure. Okay. We're gonna walk through this little section of forest then. And we'll step on this mountaintop. And keep looking west from here. We'll maybe make a circle like this. And if we don't find it, you know, we're not gonna go way out of our way for it. It's possible it's like a camp that's too powerful anyway. Oh, maybe it's this. That'd be a pretty good fight, actually. Plethora of ancient legionaries. We can do that. Totally. If these orc hunters want to pick a fight on the way, we will. We're not gonna go out of our way to chase them. Let's make sure we do this fight while it's still daytime. Okay. So we're gonna outfit the squad for this fight. Did I sell the other stack of throwing axes? I must have. Hey, Grib. Hello, hello. All right, and Xerxes doesn't have his grazed eye socket anymore. That's nice. So actually, maybe we will put... Yeah, the heavy throwing axes on Akibio, because we might be able to make use of this spiked impaler. Okay. May Davkul embrace your kidneys. That's what he does. That's Sneakerton. Okay. We're gonna put some big chunky weapons on our spear bros. Bros are not tied to their weapons, after all. Crackalack. I might even have him... Yeah. He can participate offensively as well. Yeah, more bonk, less poke. Exactly. I might leave the poke sticks on Giant Spruce and Master Maticus. Giant Spruce has the option of pulling out the flail, and he's got polearm mastery, so there might be situations where we want to move 2 hexes and still get an attack off, so we've got the pike for that. And Master Maticus likewise. We could give him... Arming Sword is fine. Okay. Let's do it. Let's hope that this is the resting place of a mystical piece of armor. Let's hope that the rumors are true. So this chunk of terrain here, I'm worried might slow them down enough where backing up 2 hexes is going to cause us problems. Have they ever not been true? I don't know, it's more like, can we find it? That's what I mean. Like, is this actually that camp? I think the tavern rumors cannot lie. It's like the other brothers, they also can't deny, you know? People would lie on the internet? Taverns are like hips that way, oh man. Shakira. Unexpected Shakira. Actually might balance out our weapons a tiny bit. I made that slightly awkward, but it's fine. Come on, we're on tonight. You know? Okay, now I could move the zoning bro forward so that there's melee contact so they move forward more aggressively. I think I'm gonna do that. He's in a slightly more dangerous position. Our sort of line formation might get a little borked, but I think this will be in the best interest of the team. So we'll move Deep Space Cowboy forward. I'm kind of tempted to push him all the way to here. I think yeah. What would the hit chance have been? 10, okay. So had I not done that, I could have gotten 3 tries at like, you know, 30%. I think that was better. Saves the fatigue. Might be able to finish off this Ancient Legionary. Actually. Cool. Now Crackalack, I don't really want to push forward. He doesn't have Nimble yet, so these pokey weapons are going to hurt him real bad. It's not day 100 yet, so Ancient Legionaries don't have Polearm Mastery. So if I back up, this guy can't attack anyone. Yeah, 16 defense is tough, right? And he doesn't have Nimble, like, he's just not ready yet. He's not there yet. So we're actually just gonna have him back up. Giant Spruce, you were made for this. Do I go for the overkill? Or just go here? I like what I did there. Oh, don't hit him in the head. So we'll wait on Crackalack, move forward with Master Maticus, and we'll give this Ancient Legionary the head. Don't hit him in the head. Come on, he's got armor there. What are you doing? That's not the place. That's not where I park my car. I could also wait on Vance Lightning, because I think it's so likely that other brothers will be able to do the tiny bit of damage to finish these off. Yeah, it's a tough call. I don't know. I don't know that what I did was right, but if we can push back this Ancient Legionary, again, they don't have Polearm Mastery, so he can't attack. Great. So these two are basically disabled. So Deep Space Cowboy, I think I just go for a stun. Maybe this one? Sure, make sure he can't shield wall. Could give the dog. Pull out the butter knife and just stab twice. Use the pike. He's got both masteries. It's a little goofy, but fine. The zoning bro, certainly gonna walk forward. Excellent. Those nerds up there, not able to get an attack. You love to see it. I don't know if I even should have put that dog down. I think Ragged Edge 82 can go there safely. That's right. Off, off, off with the heads. As the song goes. Okay, so... which nerd do I want to push back? Actually... okay. Glad we got all the attacks in before they started shield walling. As was painfully on display right there. Okay, good. Schrodinger did a very good job of dodging attacks there. Can't be mad about that. Now Bertolf is probably going to be sitting there stationary attacking and not hitting that location for a little while. That's my prediction. Giant Spruce could attack here. Kind of want to get this flail up and next to this legionary. Yeah, it's probably better to just attack. The head hits. Are you still breathing? I think so. Crackalack. Can we get a pulse check on Crackalack? Schrodinger still has 9. He can take a little bit more punishment, but not that much more. But yeah, Crackalack, you're still breathing. Right now, we gave you a two-handed mace just for this fight. The dog's kind of gumming things up a little bit. Could just pull out the shield and shield wall. That's probably safer. Are you nimble yet? Not quite. Still just level 5. Just a youngin'. And now we've just got this one ancient legionary. Ooh. Oh, I almost said Billy Joel. Elton John song. Classic. All right, so was this the resting place of a mystical piece of armor? It was. Not only is this a hat, we didn't trade a bro for this. Davkul has blessed us from our previous investments. Davkul has rewarded us. Yeah, this is one of the cooler looking hats for sure. The iron visage with the big old upturned smile. And it's a great helmet. You know, anytime you get a helmet, a forged helmet above 300 fatigue, generally speaking, you're going to be very happy with it. And this is no exception. So we did it. We followed the tavern rumor. We sought out our prize and we got it. You love it when that happens. Yeah, we had enough bros loaded on the debit card. Exactly. Of course, we don't have a suitable, like, matching heavy piece of armor. In fact, the heaviest armor we have is this mail shirt with this silly attachment. Davkul shall provide. Hello, curse word. Yeah, things are going well. We're making it work. All right, we're going to go from bonkin to pokin on these brothers. Actually, let's do these ones. Who's gonna be the lucky bro? I guess Bertolf. Kind of because all the other bros have nimble. And he's the one that's wearing this. I don't know. He's got this deep chest cut at the moment, making him pretty vulnerable, so I suppose this helps protect him. Can we see what it rolled on? Yeah, so helmets only have two things that they can roll on, and so they always roll on both. And so they're kind of their own thing. And so each type of helmet has its own, and body armor for that matter, has its own range for durability and fatigue. As for how this compares to other you know, named helmets, this particular type of helmet can roll from 308 to 350 durability, so we got literally the worst possible roll in durability. And max fatigue, it goes from minus 15 to minus 18, so we got the literal best possible fatigue roll. If we had to choose, we would invert those. We're still happy with it. I mean, I wouldn't say it's meh. It's a forged helmet that we got just for doing a fight that was a good fight for us anyway, right? But, I mean, it's not a super exciting piece of gear. That's fair. But still, I'm not unhappy with it. So we don't really have the tools to keep, you know, doing too much adventure out here. I suppose I could, oh, okay. We found the witch hut. Yeah, we're not gonna do the witch hut right now. We might circle back and come for it later. But not right now. Let's do legendaries. Legendaries command updated. Yeah, so we will. I don't think I've showed this fight in the Winstreak series yet. So we will. We'll demonstrate it in this particular run, but not right now. Yeah, it definitely is one of the less exciting legendary location fights. I agree with that. It's not a super exciting fight. Alright, we got some gobos. Some sniveling little gobos. Alright, so let's... do something like this. That'll work for me. Come back here. Your cat stole one of your arms. You better steal it back. So that Pavis shield that we got earlier, that I know some people were expressing a little bit of disappointment with. I mean, look, right there, it just prevented. I guess in this case they rolled poorly enough, other shields would have worked, but regardless, the idea is still there. This shield is preventing damage, which is super good, actually. So, I'm not disappointed. Can you get your bro Loyosh back in the queue? You certainly can. I even maybe pronounced it correctly. Oh, and we need to update Akibio's throwing weapon. Preferably something suitable for claws. Noted. Are you a spear bro or just a tank? Well, you're not just a tank, but you are a tank, yeah. Superficially, you appear similar to a spear bro, but in practice are used in an entirely different way. Anyhow, I mean, a three-headed flail would prevent enemies from running out of zone of control, but honestly, even a spear is totally fine. It is totally suitable. Goblins are hard to hit. They're evasive little buggers. Master Maticus got poisoned. Did they get nimble or just evasive? Just evasive. No, they don't have the nimble perk. They've just got really good, like, stats. Goblins just have good stats. They've got good melee skill. They've got good range skill. They've got good melee defense. They've got good range defense. Yeah, nimble goblins, boy, that would be a fresh hell. That would be unpleasant. I can't even imagine. That's the stuff of nightmares. Yeah, it would be another level of pain. There are probably some nimble goblins in Legends. I would venture to guess that you're probably right. That seems correct. Excellent, and now they are all fleeing. So of course, we're gonna run them down. No goblin escapes on my watch. Oh no. One of my favorite computer games as a kid. Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven. There is a enemy dungeon called Goblin Watch in the first town in New Sorpigal. Why did I tell you this information? I don't know. So that you could know too. Okay, so we got one jagged pike. We can equip that jagged pike onto one of the bros that is kind of our, I don't know, nimble, tempo, dodge quick hands, whatever they are. Kind of depends on the bro. Sometimes without quick hands, sometimes without dodge, sometimes without 9 lives, sometimes with polearm mastery, sometimes with not. I don't know, we've kind of just been doing what makes sense for the company at the time. But a bro like this, we could give the jagged pike so that they too can move 2 hexes and attack. It's a handy thing. Cool story, Slurgy. I know. It was definitely a, and then I found $20. Would have made the story better. Kind of ending. Okay, so Xerxes here, I could, just saying, give him goblin poison. And then everyone clapped? Yes, absolutely. They didn't want to be rude. Goblin Watch is a nice dungeon. See, Grib knows. I knew Grib would know. And what is Bertolf gonna be? Not that good? Guess we'll grab Resolve. You think you've never seen me use the Goblin Poison ever? It's pretty rare. It's not that useful. Is it actually? So there is one situation where it is actually quite useful, and that is in the arena. On like a thrower with bags and belts, it's pretty handy there. No one has ever actually used the goblin poison. It's a myth that it can be used. Could be true. Is it bad that you're on day 813 and still have not completed Mono and Rule Gozix? I mean, it sounds like you're just playing at your own pace. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Okay, so what perk do we take on Bertolf? It's like the non-experienced potions of the alchemist, they're just for decoration. What? No, I use the alchemist potions. A second wind potion is super handy. Night owl elixirs for fighting in Goblin City. Lionheart potions. Actually, I feel like I use the alchemist potions before the big fights in like every run. They're very useful consumables. See, this is why you can't enjoy Legends. Maybe so. So, Bertolf here. We could grab Pathfinder. Under normal circumstances, we'll get value out of dodge. Do you want him to be at axe, mace, or hammer, or polearm bro? Any of the above. What will this bro be? I don't know. He'll be fine. Path, yeah, Path's a decent option. Usually Pathfinder is one of those perks that's like really good, but I never want to take it in the moment. And then there's a fight where I regret not having it. Back in the day, you didn't have all those fancy potions to fight in the Goblin City and Monolith. True. It's a modern luxury. So yeah, I might grab... I mean, I don't think I'm going to make him a fatigue neutral. He's not going to have good enough melee defense. Could go for axe because he's already got the man splitter. Honestly, not a terrible idea. We do have the man splitter. It is a good weapon to use. If we took axe mastery, we'd be able to use it more reliably. That's true. Not a terrible idea. Reach advantage? No. No, we're not too concerned about the defensive abilities of this brother. We're not gonna pump up that which, you know, we only situationally need. Yeah, I think I'm probably just gonna grab... I actually don't hate Crackalack's idea of just grabbing Axe Mastery, since we're using the Man Splitter right now, and it's not like... we'll be fine with that being the case. Sure. Is he good enough for frontline? No. Not really. I don't know that I really think of the game in terms of frontline, backline. Not really. I mean, it'll sound pedantic, but thinking of it in terms of like offensive and defensive bros is more how I do it. And they kind of move around. I don't know. Sounds like something you would say. KitFox080. Hello, sister. Yeah, so Xerxes. I think we're gonna grab this juicy +4 in resolve. And maybe just hit points? Probably just hit points. We're going to avoid taking one of these defensive perks because we're gonna make this our kind of thrower gunner mishmash mess of a bro. And so we'll grab throwing mastery. Because then we're gonna grab like nimble, duelist, fearsome, He's gonna be weird. It'll be okay. Alright, so we need more tools. Goblins are very good at making you need tools. Yeah, and Crackalack, that's very true. If we find the heavy rusty axe, we can use that. Need Overwhelm for the Slurgy special. Nah, that was an Oathtaker specific special. Okay, so the Soulbinder's Sanctum. We've got a Necromancer, lots of armored zombies, and a Fallen Hero. Now the Fallen Hero could be an option for us to dagger down. And get a stinky armor. Seeing one of your bros not have Colossus or 9 lives is weird. A little bit. But I think for a backline, like, thrower with a ton of hit points, that we're not doing any sort of melee skill with at all, I don't know. It works. Okay. So, let's take a moment to reconfigure armors. Oh, you forgot the fame tax. Disaster. Yeah, it makes sense to just not use it. But yeah, it is strange. Usually I have one or the other, for sure. For sure. Okay, we can... That's fine. So let's do... Okay. I think armor-wise, we are in good shape. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, and then we're gonna fight this camp and hopefully dagger down a fallen hero. I'll be back in just a second. Alright, I am back. Grip says, I remember playing MM6 and wondering what kind of enemies you'll face in Goblin Watch Keep. Ironic that it was taken over by goblins, huh? And Crackalack asking about the two-handed battle axe versus Mansplitter. Actually, it's kind of an interesting thing to talk about real quick. So, to compare the two. They're really simple to compare, which is kind of nice. So the Great Axe does 800 to 100 damage, 40% damage ignores armor, and 150% effectiveness against armor. So looking only at damage, you can see that the Mansplitter is basically the same, but with 10% more effectiveness against armor, and a flat 10 damage on the low end and 20 damage on the high end. So the Mansplitter does more damage. However, it is way heavier at 34 fatigue when equipped compared to 16, and requires more fatigue to swing. So it goes from 15 to 20. After mastery, those are 15 and 12. On a brother like Bertolf, looking at his fatigue numbers right now, I'm maybe a bit on the fence about whether to use the Mansplitter or the Great Axe, but he has some spare fatigue, enough that I think it's actually okay to use this. He's kind of on the cusp. Maybe it would be better to put the Great Axe on him so that he could be a little more flexible, but the Mansplitter, when it hits harder. You know, I don't know. Maybe for this fight against zombies, we don't care as much about how hard it hits, where the Great Axe is probably more than sufficient. I think that's probably true for this fight. It probably won't come up and be relevant, to be honest. So, I don't know. But yeah, so the Mansplitter does more damage, it's just harder to use. So the Mansplitter's a really good weapon. It really is. But it kind of almost requires like nimble and a whole bunch of fatigue. Roxanne, it's me, needs something to do with all those channel points. Well, I don't know. You can highlight every message you send if you want. Okay, so there's our fallen hero. This looks... So, if you look around the tabard and kind of look at their sleeve, it can help you see what the armor is. This looks to me like the 170 decayed... is it the decayed coat of scales? But it looks like the 170 armor. Kind of disappointing. I don't care that much about daggering down that particular piece. If it were the 240 or 260, like decayed coat of scales or decayed coat of plates, we would definitely want it. Since it's not, I don't know. Meh. Pretty sure it's the 170 though. That's what it looks like. So I think we can move up 2 hexes. At least on most bros. Necromancer's in kind of a weird spot up there. I just put those two right next to each other. We'll gear up Deep Space Cowboy to covert ops, run around the side. Still decent nimble armor though, right? No, it's really heavy. So it's actually, unfortunately, also not good for nimble. So it's kind of just not that great. Oof. He got through our spear wall basically right away, and unfortunately is doing so. He's going to be able to possess him. Deep Space Cowboy says he's ready to stun. Good. Spearman bad confirmed. You heard it here, folks. Yeah, we're gonna have Deep Space Cowboy go on a deep space mission. Oh my god, another 95%er. Pushed right through. Spear Mastery, of course, allows us to continue the spear wall. Yeah, 99 problems being Rich 8-1. It's the Decayed 210. Is it 210? Aren't they 240 and 260? Am I remembering wrong? Yeah, no, they're 240 and 260 and 170. So there is no 210 armor. Oh, and so you're saying it's the decayed version of the 210 armor at 170. I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, 170, 240, 260. Yeah. Alright, Deep Space Cowboy is going to begin his mission. Oh my god. Get off. Go away. There we go. That's what I want to see. Juggling zombies. What's their spear hit percentage? 95. Zombies have like negative hit chance. Now that one's probably not. The one against the fallen hero, yeah, 77, because he's got you know, that heater shield. But yeah, against the zombies, it's definitely 95. That one moved in a way I wouldn't have expected. What's the advantage to chopping their head? They can't bear weapons. If you decapitate the enemy zombies, yeah, they can't. Will I be able to kill this? Almost certainly not. Yeah, they can't be resurrected. I don't think Negros can raise them. However, the fallen heroes, you can take off their heads and they still persevere. They're imba. OP. Yeah, they can not only can they be resurrected, they can still bite without a head. How does that work? Alright, Schrodinger's out of fatigue. No more spear walls from him. Can you hit them in the head once decapped? I don't know the answer to that. Maybe? I don't know. Pretty sure you did damage with Lash? Which would imply that you're hitting them in the head. Alright, Deep Space Cowboy is in melee with the Necro. That would be a fun bug, couldn't hit him in the head, but if you have Headhunter, the hit just misses. It's actually kind of a cool idea. I really like that. Yeah, some of the stuff with, excuse me, hit chance against enemies with heads, some of it does get kind of wonky. Some of the stuff with the Kraken gets weird too. There's some things with the Split Man ability on axes that gets goofy. There's a handful of things in the game that are, I say get goofy because I don't really know exactly what the things are, but there are things that are weird. Checking literally a million checkboxes manually for work. Sounds like a job for auto hockey. Mansplitter time. Yeah, we got one attempted attack by the zoning bro. Well, it was gonna be Mansplitter time. But Mansplitter had other plans. Yeah, let's get another bro there just in case that zombie tries to do a shield push. Love the zombie ASMR. Not my favorite, but I understand. I don't want to yuck your yum. Somebody clip that, please. Just doing my best zombie impersonation. Good thing there's a slurgy stream. You're doing some house chores as well. Nice. Streams are a good thing for that very purpose. Waiting on my orc fleeing ooh, that's tough. Those make a really weird, it's a really strange sound. Do I know why they never included the famed orc axe and chain? No, I don't. I am curious though, but I don't know the answer. They're in Legends. Of course they are. Yeah, they would be really hard to balance, that's true. Things to do in Tampa. Never been there. Sure, someone will have some insight though. Piece of advice, go there and leave. Okay. Not a very exciting fight loot-wise, but we did get, of course, this ornate tome. They sell for a pretty penny. Bijante with his classic humor. Yeah, hockey's one of those sports I don't really know much about at all, but I'm actually, you know, there's like an amateur, I don't even know what the right word is, but there's a team from my town that's like a minor league basically, and I'm gonna go see one of their games. Here, I don't know, sometime later this month. I don't even remember when. Is that Fallen Hero Kite Shield any good? So yeah, it is the same stats. So it's a heater shield. They look similar. But it's the same stats as a regular heater shield, with the exception that it is not as durable. Which sometimes matters in some fights. And sometimes doesn't. What team or what town? Rochester, Minnesota. I don't really know what the name of the... I think they're the Grizzlies. So, okay. This will be a decent fight for us to take. Pretty easy one. We'll go ahead and grab this. They look similar in that they're both shields. And they both have that, like, you know, wide at the top, skinny at the bottom shape. Have I heard of the Nemesis system? Can you give me more context? I think the answer might just be no, because I don't know what you're saying. Just like you when you were working out skipping leg day? Oh, you never skip leg day. I'm no gym rat, but I know that one. Nemesis is only available in a couple games because some dickhead company patented it and won't be reasonable on what it's charging to use it. That is sad. So what is it, though? Somebody enlighten me. It's a patented system for games, I guess. Fair enough. It's a system where it's dynamic and about every choice you make with the AI/orcs they build off of. It's an awesome system. It's never been used in 7 years because of Lionsgate. Oh, is that the one that was in, oh, what's the name of that game? It was supposed to be really revolutionary because you could be like good or evil. Not Black and White. Fable? Fable might be what I'm thinking of. It's a roguelike system where whomever killed you on the last run becomes like a mini boss, extra rewards for killing on the next attempt. Oh, okay. That's kind of cool. Not Fable? Okay. Alright. Shadow of Mortar. Oh, shoot. Lost one of my boar spears. Yeah, I gave the lower durability boar spear to Crackalack, thinking that he wouldn't use it as much as the others, and whoops. Well, okay, let's just move up and get right in these nachos' faces. What are some of the Lionsgate games? I don't even know that I know for sure who Lionsgate even is. I'm sure I would recognize some of their game titles. Guns is all you need to know. Hey, you can say it. Yeah, patenting game mechanics. It's a weird one. That feels like I don't know that I can. That doesn't feel like it could ever make sense. Is my gut feeling on it. I don't know. The link has the patent number in it. Oh, I suppose, yeah. You can. Patents are available for the public just by, you know, the nature of what they are. They kind of have to be. All right. So that was a easy little fight. We wanted to make sure that we took while we were, you know, traipsing down the road. So we're gonna give Cracklock a different new weapon, I suppose. Any sort of sword or spear. We can just do a malicious spear. There was a D&D dice box company that attempted to patent honeycomb patterned dice boxes. Wow, that's sad. Remember when IBM patented the checkbox? Did they really? Yeah, IBM, I have some friends who have worked for IBM, and my understanding is there's a lot of like, there's still a culture of a kind of extreme obsession with patents and getting patents and patenting this thing or that thing or whatever. IBM's fallen hard. No kidding. No kidding. Okay, so this collapsed ruin is probably where this undead group came from. So that's probably what we should expect to find there. So it's a fight that actually we're pretty well equipped to do, and so we shall. Patent should be revoked if the company who patented it hasn't used it in a set amount of years. Honestly, that, at first blush, that actually does sound reasonable. Okay, and it looks like the composition of this camp is going to be the exact same as the enemy group we just fought. So we should expect some nachos behind these zombos. Yeah, hopefully they're the stage 1 ones. Hopefully. I think they always are. I don't know that with certainty, but I think that's true. I think they are always just the tier 1 nachos. I don't think it's possible for them to be anything else. Yeah, the big nachos are spooky. Oh, whoops. Forgot to spear wall. Though on that bro, maybe it doesn't matter that much. Can't wait for me to get guns. I know. This is the kind of fight where the handgun blasts are just perfect. It's not like they are difficult fights without the handguns, but there are a lot of fights that the handguns make easy. So a trip down to the south is probably not a bad idea. We do have the funds to buy handguns. We definitely have at least one brother that we want to have using one, and probably more in the future, so. back in the day didn't have guns. True. There have been many innovations in Battle Brothers technology. Of course, I suppose I just gave that nacho a snack. Nah. I'm feeling it'll be alright. Give him one of your food takes. Can't wait for Cars next DLC. I think they're calling that one Menace. Yeah, and if we can find an assassin with the really good, like, assassin's garb or whatever it's called, that would definitely be good. Legalized ranch? Like ranch dressing? You missed Pop Suda. Oh, Pop Suda showed up! Pop Suda was here. Just yesterday? He was back. He definitely had some unique takes. Oh yeah, yeah. He was unhinged, and I agree from a place of love. All right, even the boar spear against low armored enemies can't last forever. Is he the paint guy? I know that the paint guy is here. That's Roxanne, it's me. No, he just I don't know, he just had a lot of opinions. Alright, couple nachos, got a couple snacks. I think it's not really going to matter in any meaningful way. I wish Pop Suda were here. He was here yesterday. I don't know that it's any more complicated than he just had some very one-of-a-kind opinions. He did kind of write a manifesto on stream about how bad Baldur's Gate 3 is. That is true. He was very passionate about it, and you know what? I can appreciate that. A passionate take on something. I actually don't remember what his gripe was on it either. Some say it's his hate of Baldur's Gate 3 that keeps him going. Yeah, pretty much every... Yeah, he didn't have many good things to say. Amazingly, I feel like I read most of his comments out loud too, as I was reading them. I kind of just wanted to know what they were, and I think I asked him. So his super long-winded responses, I was just his orator. It was a fun time. Yeah, I actually agree with you, Sapkaspiras. I feel like the D&D combat system is best done on tabletop for a reason. It still works fine, but it's just too easy to break, and it doesn't really do well with the way, like, itemization can scale in a normal RPG, and it just made some of the interactions really goofy. Okay, so Crackalack, I think we'll grab Underdog on this level, and we're gonna follow up with Nimble. It's quite different from Battle Brothers. I don't really think they're all that similar, to be honest. Like, in some very vague ways it's similar, but they're pretty different. They're both games. Oh my, disappearing villagers, public executions, and ambushed trade routes. Well, well, well. This place has got it rough. Hunt down webnecks, I guess we could do. I was kind of coming here to just see if there were any, like, poachers or hunters for sale. Unfortunately, the disappearing villagers means there probably won't be that many. No, Baldur's Gate 3 is fun. I really enjoyed my playthrough. I would recommend it. I'm kind of excited for Larian to be able to use the success of Baldur's Gate 3 to maybe do things in the ways they've done them before. Like, I really liked Divinity Original Sin 1 quite a lot. I also liked Divinity Original Sin 2, but I kind of liked 1 more in some ways. Maybe it was just a timing thing, but all right. So I'm gonna see if I can lure these webnecks out of the forest. It just makes for a nice, much cleaner fight. Oh. Well, shoot. They're not gonna do it. So downside here is we don't get to do our nice formation. Maybe we can make this work. We do have Pathfinder on our Spear Bros. Watch out for hedgehogs in this thicket. Hedgehogs. More like a web-necked thicket. Yes. I don't like where Akebio is right now at all. So we're gonna have Crackalack push just there, and that should be enough for Akebio to get out, most likely. That's right, time to do your job. Battle Brothers needs to add an arachnophobia trait. It is a very common thing, so. Crossbowed in the face. Probably leave the zoning bro right where he is. Yeah, I partially agree with you on that, Sapkaspirez. However, the one thing I didn't care for in Divinity Original Sin 2 was it felt like, because of the way the armor system worked, there was an incentive to kind of go all in either magic damage or physical. And you could still do plenty of physical damage with spells. I think it was all in the like necro tree, which I thought was just a little bit shallower than I would have liked, like in execution. That's my one gripe with it, with the system as it ended up, you know, being an implementation in Divinity Original Sin 2. I said D&D is for nerds? Right. So is Battle Brothers. I hate to break it to you. I still had a lot of fun playing Divinity Original Sin 2 though, which is all that really matters. And it was a good one to like play through with a friend. So that was really nice. It had really good co-op. And doing some of the like arena fights, those were really, really fun. But man, I did some really broken stuff with, let's see. The two characters I used were Fane and a human. I don't even remember. But I did Fane as like a necro, and it was really broken. And then I did the other guy as like a long-range sniper archer, and it was also really broken. And we didn't use, how is it pronounced, like Lose or whatever? We didn't play with her, so I've actually never seen her final arc, but I know her premise. She seemed like a really cool character. Yeah, you have to use Fane to get most of the story in Divinity Original Sin 2. Yeah, exactly. That's why we actually picked him for our party, was just to make sure, yeah, try to get as much of the story as we could. All right, Akibio. Nice level up here. We're gonna go ahead and grab Throwing Mastery. We might actually, let's see. This is a really annoying equipment thing. Okay. From the VODs, you've noticed I seem to ignore how auto loot picks up additional items when having taken loot, such medicines and such. Considered an explored to order the remaining items. No, it's more that I just can't be bothered. So yeah, the things like medicine and tools will automatically like disappear and they'll free up slots. And so the very final ones on the loot screen, you can still like in order pick those up. Usually by the time I'm sorting out items, I'm leaving behind like the cheap stuff anyway. So yes, I could sort those and order them to get like a little bit of extra money. I don't really consider it an exploit. It's more just like, I mean, it's 6 gold. I'm gonna let it go. That's more my mindset. Yeah. Okay, so the sale price here is not bad. It's pretty good. The ambush trade routes are doing a lot here. Tools are still actually somewhat reasonable, surprisingly. Okay. What's our renown now? We could grab the recruiter. There's some amount of team sorting that we still need to do to kind of try to get our final full lineup figured out. So I am kind of keen to get the recruiter this run. I think for cultists in general, it can provide a lot of value. So I think we are probably going to get the recruiter and maybe take a look at some of the bros that are here lying in wait. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and sell a bunch of stuff. Actually, is there room for a notched blade on anyone? Here. Here there is. Probably keep a couple pole maces. I'll probably keep a couple of the big bonkin slamming weapons as well. I think we can get rid of the ancient bladed pikes. The gossamers we could hang on to make reinforced nets. Yeah, have a good one, Grid. Have a good one. We could make some reinforced nets right now with these two. I think that's it for nets. I'm glad that I over-purchased. I feel like it's hard to go wrong. Nets are just very good and very useful. And there were definitely fights where we got a lot of value out of them. We're the Scientology of cults now. Gotta collect our thetans. Okay, I can maybe try to get a better price out of these super expensive goods. We don't really need the money right now. So, eh. Tame our next in debt and sacrifice Tom Cruise. That's funny. Okay, I think I am gonna grab the recruiter. Screw it. We are going to spend a little bit of time trying to collect cultists and get some better bros. So the spear bros are all excellent. Ragged Edge 82, a little less so, but he's still good. Probably Deep Space Cowboy is gonna need to be replaced. Master Maticus is good, we just want to convert him. Bertolf's not good, we'd like to replace him, probably a fatigue neutral. Xerxes is, he's gonna work for us. We're gonna hope he gets converted. Akibio, same deal. Sergi, are you worried for Manhunters at all? No, Manhunters is gonna be one of the easier ones, I think. Choppy Cat is fine. He'll work for us. He'll be our utility banner. Giant Spruce is fine. Not super great, but fine. And the Zoning Bro is fine. So maybe our needs aren't as much as I thought. But we do need more cultists to get more conversions rolling. So we'll probably even hire cultists just to do conversions. And what we really need from backgrounds, actually, all we really want are fatigue neutrals. There's no other like specific type of bro or build. Maybe like one more good hybrid or ranged bro. Cultists equal perfected strike? Yes. We need more cultists so that we can improve our cultists. So, you know, like a witch hunter is not a background that can readily be converted. We can see if he's dumb. He's not. He's determined, which I love determined. It's so good. It's only $6.93. That's about as cheap as it gets. We're gonna take a look at these three. And we're gonna be a little picky though. And Winrich isn't quite it. He's not bad, but he's not quite what we're looking for. Just gonna let him go. Liebwin, same deal. It's not like he's bad, he's actually fine, but I'm doing a little fishing. Edward. Edward. Edward is just walking around with a casual 70 hit points. He's got Gluttonous and Team Player. So Gluttonous could turn him fat, which would give him even more hit points. He has a comical amount of fatigue as well. That's a chonky boy indeed. Battleforge tank material. Yeah. Yeah, he really is. He unfortunately could pretty easily get the fat trait, lowering his fatigue. Yeah, and team player, which, you know, I love that event. A half brother, a bro, if you will. Pretty OP bro. Yeah. I could also be convinced to make him a fatigue neutral. I could be convinced to make him a forged brother that can use that fatigue in some way, because he's going to end up with just an obnoxious amount. Flail plus Headhunter neutral is a decent option, actually, because he's not going to end up with great melee skill. Adren Flail Newt would work, but he's such a good tank. Yeah, we've got a pretty good tank. We've got a suitable for late game nimble tank, I'm thinking, in Crackalack, with Death Wish and already 100 hit points at level 6, where I'm not so excited about a forged tank. Like, I think mostly just leveling him up from level 1. Yeah, Crackalack being bright is such a shame. So true. Could see what he rolls on melee attack at level 2. I like that idea. I think my head's at where what Sins is suggesting. Seeing what he rolls for melee skill on level 2 might be just enough to kind of point us in this bro's future directions. You studied too hard in school. Can't be fooled by Davkul's wily ways. Well, next on our list. Actually, is that up to date? Did I? I believe next on our list is Zenithot 4. Oh, whoa. Who did I just rename? Oh, shit. Uh-oh, I wasn't paying attention. Oh no, our really good tailor. Who was that? Zoning Bro. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I think the thing is what the team needs is fatigue neutrals. He could pretty easily Zerk chain fatigue neutral. I guess we're not really using the fatigue stars, which is fine. But he's gonna be really good for that, so... Yeah, flails are just really good. Zerk chains, they're good. Cleaver? I mean, he could be a cleaver bro, but he's gonna, if we did that, we would absolutely take backstabber, and like, I don't know, it wouldn't quite fit his strengths. Like, cleaver would want fatigue, but cleaver wants melee skill. We could, I mean, right, fast and backstabber to patch the melee skill. It would be okay. Yeah, I don't like cleaver on high-end biff bros. I kind of agree. I feel like it's a little bit of a waste, because the cleaver is specifically a, you know, well-suited to using the decapitate skill, which, well, decapitates. It's a finisher. And so when you finish off an enemy, well, there's no enemy to swing back. So you usually have those bros kind of hang back. So, TBD. What exactly that bro will be. So let's try to work on this ambition. Let's follow this road. We want to get down to this kennel and repurchase dogs, since we lost a whole bunch in the great Cruella de Vil barbarian dog murdering. We need to buy more tools. So we're gonna travel on the roads here for a little bit. All right, tool price here is fine. Let's see what this contract is. The coat of Sir Istvan at the Desolate Mausoleum. So one of those retrieve item from Ancient Dead. I'm very curious about Rudolph here with his nose so bright. I hope he's dumb. I just want him to be dumb. Is he dumb? No. Iron Lungs and Loyal. Now Loyal, I think Loyal, the way it's written is misleading. Dane Bramage time? Nah, we're not gonna do our 1 out of 11 Gamba. Gotcha, Gamba. That's too hard. So the thing about Loyal is I think that this description is slightly inaccurate. I think what it really means is that they're less likely to leave you when they're angry. I don't know that 100% certainty, but I am curious what the mechanics of that really are. Because if so, if he will just simply accept our sacrifices and be much less likely to leave, then I really do think hiring him makes sense. Who said 1 out of 11? Just keep going until he gets it. You're not sure, but you want it to be true? I mean, kind of. I would venture to guess that maybe someone has asked this. Aha. Yep, someone asked this in the Battle Brothers Discord, and Calandro answered it. Oh wow, only in 2024. So Loyal halves the effective chance of them leaving once they're angry. So it looks like it helps, but it would just make him unlikely to leave. Less likely, not unlikely. He'd have to still be reasonably happy. What day number is it right now? 51. We'll have to maintain pretty good fight density and things like that once we're, you know, in a position where there can be a sacrifice. Pretty sure we hire both Hunter and Poacher here. It's kind of what I'm thinking. The Poacher is just a hire in general because they can be converted into a cultist and then we can just not worry about it. I'm also kind of tempted to look at this other lumberjack because he's super cheap. So let's just do it. All right, let's see what we got. First up, Goswin. He's not bad. He's not bad. He'll work. He's good enough. You'll take the sec? No, he's not a sec. We're not hiring these bros to be sacrifices. And Rudolph. Okay, Rudolph's fine. So he got a pretty high roll on ranged skill. No talent stars, which is a bit of a shame. He's very fast with good fatigue recovery. Rudolph with his nose so bright. Won't you guide our band tonight? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's good. I think Iron Lungs can do a lot of work on any ranged row. It's a pretty good trait. Okay. His melee skill is absolutely abysmal though. So he would be one I don't think I'd even really try to multi-purpose. I would just put a spear in his pocket, and if he has to use it, God help him, kind of thing. And then up next, we have Gero, who is fine, but I'm gonna fish a little bit harder. Yeah, 2-star range attack, Eagle Eye, nice. Yeah. Things were a bit misplaced there, huh? Yeah, and I'm not even going to keep them around for sacrifice because I don't want them to be converted. Because we are at 16 of 20 bros, and I'm going to hire cultists and the cultists will be who we're going to end up sacrificing, but they are also there so that they can convert our other lowborn into cultists. So. So. Goswin we are, I think, going to keep. This is going to be a bit more backline than we need, but we can have one extra. I think that's kind of pretty okay. So, next in our request queue, we have Ixax. There we go. Couldn't find where that ended. And Lukey Dookie 09. So, kind of interesting. We'll snipe Priest and Monolith, huge value. How many bow shots would it take to take out a Priest? It is probably a really high number. Okay, and this gear that they came with is all super low value. Maybe I can keep the hunting bow and the rugged surcoat. But all the rest of it's just junk. And it doesn't sell for much, so I'm just gonna sell it. And I'm gonna buy these tools. And the ammo. Ammo's nice and cheap. So let's make our way down to Dornwall quick and get us some doggies. It won't be a problem, just bring 2 backup quivers. Might take more. Ooh, that first trading caravan from Sonstedt. Hold on, first off, get back here. We are definitely taking these out. Hey, good night, Bijante. I hope it's a good cry. Well, good luck, nerds. Mr. X? Oh shoot, I'm sorry to hear that. But know that it gets better in time. We've all been there. Well, not all. I mean, many of us have been there. I made it worse. All right. Dies. And another boar spear. And we're going to fight the next caravan here that we see. Of course. How wonderful to see such a harvest of caravans. It's caravanning season. Are they really not going to push forward? Do they know? Do they know? Do they understand how crossbows work? There they go. Now they're trying to move forward. Must protect the donkey at all costs. That's their motto. They take it very seriously. About time we committed some war crimes. It's, you know, fair. It's been a hot minute since we've done any good old-fashioned war crimes, you know? We were overdue. It was time. And do you think we're gonna let them live? No. We're simply liberating stolen goods. Exactly. I even stabbed that donkey a couple times. See? These amber shards, illegal contraband. And we have simply seized these goods for the good of all. We did a good thing this day. The donkey died. Well, if you close your eyes, the donkey's still there. We also got some good tools back there as well. All right, now let's take a look at this. That's what I want to see. Let's get ourselves a cultist. And we got... Huh. He's interesting. If he was recruited at a different time, he could have made a really nice, like, banner tank. But we're not going to replace our current banner. It's not worth training up a new one. He could be, like, a tank, but, We're probably just going to have him as a sacrificial victim / converter of bros. Pulling double duty. So our sacrifice list, at the top of it, we have Roxanne, It's Me 3.0. Under different circumstances, if the company needed it, we could do something with this bro. Yes, me time, let's go. But we're keeping him around just to increase the score of cultist-related events. And in fact, because this gambler negatively impacts them, we're just gonna get rid of him. Also comes with this cool cultist leather robe, which is actually like a pretty cool piece of gear. Yeah, if he gains a few sacrifice levels, it'll take too long. I mean, yeah, it just takes a bit too long. And there were no other cultists here, so let's take a look at the doggies. First, we'll give them some meat. They need a snack. We'll start with just the dogs and the armor, and then we'll kind of see where we're at. As far as dog distribution is concerned. Plenty of space for more dogs. Did we even get a sacrifice event? We sure did. And in fact, not only did we get a sacrifice event, I decided it would be a good idea for us to have a chat command. Now, I'm gonna pretend like the chat command is for, you know, the good of the viewers, but it's actually kind of for me. I know that they are at least 21 days apart, and so by having that chat command, I can relieve myself of the mental burden of needing to know. So it was day 42. Okay, and I think that is actually a really nice place for me to call it for the evening. Let's see. Where should I send y'all? All right, I know where I'll send you. Just because it's where I'm gonna go, because it's a streamer I really enjoy. It's playing Stone Shard, which I've been enjoying. So, I think that's it for me for tonight. I will probably be back tomorrow. I'll let people know in the Discord. That one's slightly TBD. But have yourselves a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-ta. GG, brother.